Bonjour. So we're back today with Dead Secret. This is, I guess you could classify it as a murder mystery game. You're a journalist trying to solve a murder. I played this a long time ago. I don't think I ever finished it though. It's a very old game. I remember it's one of the first games I got when I first created a Steam account. So it's been several years. I remember next to nothing about this game, so this should be fun. Also, there's multiple endings, so I don't know how many endings we'll get. We'll see. Oh, okay. Okay, September.
Harris Bullard was
Oh.
found dead in his study 5 days ago. Nobody believes me, but I think he was murdered. This house in the middle of nowhere holds the secret. There's a story hiding here, and I'm going to cover it. If I'm right, there are 4 major suspects. Graham Wellington, Josie Herrera, Cynthia Peckman, Bobby Sawyer. I'm not leaving until I find out what happened.
Okay. I should have looked around. I didn't realize that the menu I could look around. Also, I don't know what's going on with my hair today. So, just putting out, I don't know what's happening with my hair. Too much conditioners. I don't know. Yeah. So, oh, this is kind of loud. Let me turn down my. Okay. I will fit. Whoa. Holy smokes. Okay. Wow, I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Okay, whoa. Okay. So moving's a little different. Alright, in and out, easy. Just have to find some evidence and get out of here. A small parcel tied tightly with twine. I can't open it with my bare hands. If you hear a dog barking in the background, it's mine. He's a 100-pound German Shepherd. And we live in the country, so... Go figure. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the atmosphere. Reclusive professor found dead in home, September 23rd, 1965. Gov, Kansas. Harris Bullard, a retired college teacher, was found dead in his home Monday. The body was discovered by Bobby Sawyer, who worked part-time for Bullard, running odd jobs. A police investigation was concluded that Bullard died of natural causes. He was 63. Bullard moved into his home on Rampo Way several years ago, but was rarely seen about town. He was a private and reclusive man who seemed to have few friends. Bullard raised eyebrows last year when a former student, a pretty young woman named Josie Herrera, moved in with him. Bullard's will, written in 1957, leaves his entire estate to his ex-wife Cynthia Peckman. Peckman will reportedly sell the house and its contents immediately. Harris was a genius in his discipline, said Graham Wellington, a former colleague. The field of neuroscience is considerably poorer without him. Oh, he was a very smart guy. Holy smokes. Okay, is that it? Okay, so we have notes. Retired recluse found dead in his study. Police ruled death natural. Bobby Sawyer ran errands for Bullard, found the body. Bullard's live-in assistant, Josie Herrera. Cynthia Peckman, ex-wife, inheritor of Bullard's estate. Graham Wellington, former colleague of Bullard. With a name like Graham Wellington, I kind of expect you to be a scholar. It's just one of those names. It's so distinguished. Okay, so let's see. Challenge at Red China. Okay, I forgot this took place in the... Okay, I found a key. It's a small key. Okay. Investigate the crime scene. Yeah, we were going to do that. The drawer is missing its knob. I can't open it. Okay. So I'm guessing we can't get over here. Oh, I keep wanting to do WASD, but I can't. That's not how you move in this place. I can't lift the stuff with one arm, even using the hand truck. Yeah, why is her arm in a sling? Did it say in the beginning? Did I miss that? I probably missed it. I mean, it's an interesting looking house. Ooh, that's some bad water damage. If I remember correctly, there is a second floor. Okay, what? Wait, this isn't the crime scene. I need to investigate this. I know, I was just wanting to take a look at it. What is all these? These are these prayer totems? The small key unlocked the door. Alright, okay. Interesting. You know, it's pretty bare bones, but I kind of like it. This is where Bobby Sawyer found Bullard's body. He's been dead for a couple of days, though. Okay. Hold on, I need to turn this down a little bit more. I'm going to fix this when I edit so it's not so loud. So hopefully when you're hearing it, it's not going to be overpowering. If you hear me speak higher, like sometimes I feel like I yell, it's because the music is so... Okay. Golly, I want so desperately to... It's just a weird way for this game to have me move. There's a page from a manuscript here. The man who could see with his skin. In 1926, I met a man who could see with his skin. His eyes were filled with wax and bandage, yet he remained aware of the room around him. We held up signs which he read, and fingers which he counted, even when we stood behind him. After the performance, we gave him $200 for the secret. He explained that he could see as long as some part of his skin remained exposed to the air. He described it as a shift in the wind or a slight breeze on his face. The subtle motion of the hair on his arm. After years of focus and practice, he had developed the ability to form a mental image of his surroundings based only on these slight sensations. This man had achieved a form of idiofocus. Granted, he only had access to a very narrow range of sensory information, but the result was powerful. I immediately resolved to discover the secret of his ability. Now, almost 4 decades later, I am very close. Okay, there's a newspaper clipping here. It reads, Eilish Joe found dead in hotel. Weird. Okay. That's interesting. Again, it's such a weird way that this game has me move. It's a record player. There's no record inside. Can I open this? Okay. Okay. What's this? It looks like a tiny camera lens. Okay. This room is a regular library. Some of these volumes look ancient. It's all covered in dust. Okay. Alright. It's a picture of a woman. She looks lonely. Oh, that's sad. Just a regular lamp. Okay, let's, I don't know. I've always liked these kind of desolate landscapes. Something about this painting makes me uncomfortable. It's very bleak. But I also like, was it the 1700s where they did a lot of pastoral, am I saying that word right? Pastoral landscapes. I just like scenery. I like anything with a scenery, with a good scenery, whether it's like a cityscape or a pasture or I just love scenery. I'm always drawn to those paintings. Dictionaries and language reference. It looks like a lot of these books aren't even in English. Okay. The Romance of the Milky Way. Japan, an attempt at interpretation. In ghostly Japan, Japanese fairy tales. Well, see, he has a thing for... These books are by the same author, Lafcadio Hearn. It looks like one is missing. Dictionary. Oh, we've already looked at that. What does this say? The Snow Woman, adapted from the original translation of Lafcadio Hearn. An old man and his son climbed a mountain to collect firewood. It began to snow heavily, and unable to make it home, they decided to pass the night in a small hut. In the middle of the night, the young man awoke to see that the door had blown open. A tall woman with long hair and a white kimono was leaning over his father, blowing her breath upon him. When she saw that his son was awake, she said, "You are a handsome young man, so I will let you live. But if you ever speak of this to anyone, your life will be forfeit." In the morning, the young man found his father frozen and dead. He climbed down the mountain alone and never spoke of the episode. A year later, he met and married a young, beautiful girl. They had children together and were happy, but the night of his father's death still weighed heavily on his mind. One night, after having a bit too much to drink, the man told his wife about his encounter with the snow woman. She was furious. "You promised not to tell," she screamed, and before his eyes she became the tall woman with the long black hair and a white kimono. "If it were not for our children, I would end your life here and now. I will spare you for their sake, but if anything ever happens to them, you shall pay the price." And with that, she melted into the wind and was gone. Wow, that is an interesting story. Also, if I'm talking with, like, I have a bit of a lisp, but if I'm talking with an extra lisp, it is because I burnt my tongue and the inside of my mouth. It is very uncomfortable. Okay, the circumvention of the globe, Panama Pacific Universal Exposition, San Francisco. I've never seen a map laid out like this. There's a spot marked with an X on it. Okay. One of them appears to be missing. The issues of the Journal of Physiology and a bunch of medical books with names I can't pronounce. This looks like it opens. Does this open? No, it's not doing anything. It's just... Can I access my inventory? Do I have an inventory? Where's my inventory? Okay, here we go. Collected documents, circular lens. What? Okay, research docs, newspaper clippings, miscellaneous, profiles. Coroner report. Subject, Harris William Bullard, 58 years, date and time of death, on or about September 18th, 1965. Date and time of report, September 21st, 1965, at 9:25 a.m. 1. Autopsy performed at Logan Hospital by Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Winters. Cause of death, failure of the pancreas due to age. 2. Subject was found approximately 2 days after death. Notable aspects of remains: elevated glucose evident in bloodstream, small lesions on inner lining of stomach, blood under fingernails, evidence of significant dehydration. Summary of findings: subject suffered shock from pancreatic failure and was incapacitated for some time before dying. Investigating officer Daniel J. Winters. Okay. So, okay, I guess that's it for that. What is, looks like there's a bunch of stuff on here. What is, it's a note with a foreign symbol on it. Underneath it reads north. No dial tone. Something's typed out here, but the paper is so far into the feeder that I can't pull it out. Huh. Harris Bullard, I am woodcutter. Your past has caught up with you. It is over. What's this? Who is woodcutter? Woodcutter. Threatening Bullard. Okay. I think this is called a baker's lamp. It is. My grandparents had one. I think they were very popular in like the 40s, 30s or 40s. Joe, something is after me. It's creeping around the house, trying to get in. I'm sure of it. I heard footsteps outside and creaking on the roof. It's not safe here. I've taken the idiofocal lenses from their normal location and hidden them in my study. I've sent you a package that you'll know what to do with. Check the map for the mask. As usual, X marks the spot. Harris. P.S. The sequence is west, east, north. I feel like I need to write all this down. Oh, here's my pen. West, east, north. Okay. I've sent you a package that you'll know what to do with. Map for the mask. Okay. Bullard hid something in this room. Very suspicious. This will be a great hook for my opening paragraph. Okay. Let's make sure you survive the encounter. Here's another one. It's another lens. Now I've found 2 of them now. Okay. Nothing in there. Boy, for a study, he doesn't have a lot in his... A pair of scissors. I can use these to open the package in the other room. Oh, huzzah! Let's go do that. Let's go do that right now. Oh, that's right. I can't... I have to click everything. Only September, but today is cold and dark. Fall is here, I guess. Fall is a fantastic time of year. We love fall. Okay, we want to go over here. Oh, okay. Are there ghosts in this? I don't remember. I don't remember. Press B or right mouse for inventory. Okay. Well, B doesn't work. Mouse does. Okay. It's an old book. It says Quaden on the cover, whatever that means. The author is Lafcadio Hearn. Okay. Oh my goodness, I keep wanting to... Okay. You have to use your mouse for everything. Oh, how... It's weird. I could have sworn the TV was off before. One of Bullard's diplomas. Did I even look at this? This is where... Oh yeah, I did. I was like, let me... Oh look, that's one of the masks. Like, whatever that thing was. Spectre, whatever. It's a weird looking mask. I think I've seen masks like this before. Maybe they're Japanese. I think they are. And this one's like a famous one, isn't it? Like, I can't think of the name of it. Kind of feels like they're looking at me. What did they see in this room? These masks make me uncomfortable. Well, yeah. I mean, you probably don't want to... Like, I definitely wouldn't take a nap in this room. Like, I'd wake up and forget for a second where I am and then see that. I'd be a little disturbed. Bullard has some pretty advanced degrees. This one's from the University of Chicago, 1935. Boy, I'd love to visit Chicago. Let's see, Chicago in 1965. I feel like there's a lot of things going on. Quantum mechanics and functional analysis. Not exactly like read. Yeah, this guy was a professor in neuroscience. He's definitely a smart guy. Is there going to be anything? Okay, so they did say something about the globe. So can we walk over here? I kept thinking I'm going to see something, but no. Oh, it's open now. Wait, what? What is... It's a small box. Let's get a better look at it on the desk. Oh, okay. What? One of the buttons is missing. Did I not already find one of the buttons? I feel like I did. Objectives. Maybe not. Maybe not. What am I using these lenses for? And then there's something missing here. And there's nothing else in here? No. Is there anything in this bookcase that will help me? What? Would this go here? I can't push the book all the way back. Feels like it's hitting something. Wait, there's something jammed way back there. It's a flat triangular wedge. There's some sort of foreign writing on it. Okay, that's what we needed. So let's get over here. Alright, we need to... Yeah, we need to put this in there. Okay. So, is this the west, east, north thing? Let's see, so... West, east, north. Nope, that's not what that was. I don't know. I'll check my inventory in a second. Let me just... Is there anything in here? This door is locked from the other side. There's no keyhole. What kind of door doesn't have a... Like, why would you have a lock on one side of your... That just seems like a good way to get yourself in trouble. Okay, wait. So there's got to be a solution to this. Can I... It reads north. Well, north... Is that not what this is? Is north? So then is this not turned over? So would it be west, east, north? It was! Haha! And it's a creepy monkey mask. Let's see. The lenses fit into the mask's eye sockets. It's like a weird pair of goggles. Okay. I can wear... Oh! Holy smokes. This is bizarre. What was that indeed? Oh, good golly gumdrops. Let's get over there. Maybe he was trying to tell me there's something under here? No, we already found that newspaper clipping. No, this couch looks really comfortable, by the way. Okay, so I can't get in through there. What, there was something that was missing over here. What appears missing? What is this X marks the spot thing, or did I already... Why mark such a beautiful map? I think the X is over Japan. It is. Oh, we already solved that because of that. I knew that. Let me take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right. What? Okay. Okay, so I guess I've seen... Sorry, can I get this just... I guess I've seen everything there is to see in here. So we're going to go out this way. I feel like this game is going to be much scarier than I remembered. I don't remember a whole lot about this game. I think it's going to get bad. I did not count on doing a horror game tonight. But I think that's what I've done. I can't leave yet. There's a story here. I know it. Okay. So... I sure aren't wasting any time selling off Bullard's stuff. Is there anything... An old piano that's blocking the way. Okay, so can I go up here? What? Is this to the basement? Wait, this isn't the crime scene. I need to investigate. Oh, she says I need to go back to the study. There's something I'm missing in the study. Okay, what am I missing? Let me see, what do I have in my inventory? Alright, let's see what the objective is. Investigate the crime scene. Okay. Put the mask back on. Oh, there's something over here. Okay. There's something more to this painting. Kind of looks like this farmstead, if I'm going to be honest with you. There was a page taped to the back. Josie, if you're reading this note, then something must have happened to me. I may be dead or missing. If so, you're the only person who can save our research. The truth is that I'm being threatened. It started before I left the college. I'd get notes every few months from somebody calling himself Woodcutter. What he wants is to access our research. He wants me to turn over our plans for the lunar dream apparatus. Truth is that I'm being threatened. It started before I left the college. I get notes every few months from somebody calling himself Woodcutter. What he wants is access to our research. He wants me to turn over our plans for the lunar dream apparatus. Josie, my life is in danger. Woodcutter knows things, secret things about my past that nobody should know. I'll not yield to simple blackmail, but lately the threats have escalated. I'm sure that I'm being watched at the house. I sometimes hear things on the other side of the wall. Yesterday, with the mask on, I thought I saw someone reaching for me. It's a warning from my subconscious. I am no longer safe here. I've locked our research away in the safe upstairs. I want you to retrieve it and leave. Destroy everything before you go. Burn the house down if you have to. Just get the research and get out of here. Head for a big city where it's easy to hide. Okay, in the safe upstairs. I'm counting on you, Joe. Don't let our work fall into their hands. Okay, Harris Bullard, blackmailed by Woodcutter. Primary suspect. Ordered by Bullard to destroy the research and split. I know there was more to the story. Whatever Bullard was mixed up in, I bet there's evidence in that safe. Who is Woodcutter? Open the safe upstairs. Okay, so now we can probably go upstairs. All right. So, they said there were multiple Indians, so I don't know. My hunch was right. Bullard's death is definitely fishy. Better stop and review my notes. Okay. All right, we can do that. Harris Bullard's body was found by Cynthia Peckman, Bobby Sawyer, Rosie Herrera, or Graham Willington. It's going to be Bobby. That's it. Bobby ran odd jobs for Bullard. Could he have done it? He certainly had the opportunity. Bullard was scared. He was worried about losing his secret research, his money, his friends, his home. That's it. Blackmail. I knew this would be a scoop. Somebody wanted Bullard's research. He must have been killed for it. Bullard was being blackmailed by the Snow Woman, Lafcardo Hearn, Woodcutter, Anonymous. Anonymous. That's it. Woodcutter. What is that supposed to mean? This is the kind of juicy detail I came here to find. Okay, to sell the story, I need some real evidence. Let's go check out that safe upstairs. Okay. Sorry, I keep leaning over and I forget that when I lean over, because of the way the camera is situated, I'm just going to be a disembodied head. So let me lean back a little bit. I do apologize. I can't move my camera. Like, my camera is very limited on where I can move it. I just have a cheap little camera. You know. Okay. So I guess instead of the basement, this goes to upstairs. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go. Did I hear something? Left or right? Right, I guess. Why? What is with that noise? Oh, there's the safe. There's something right here. This room is like a tomb. The air is so still I can barely breathe. What is with that noise? Bullard's bed. Everything is boxed up and ready to move. Sorry if I keep scratching my face. My skin is so dry. I put like so much moisturizer on it. What is that? Bullard daily log. We did a test run of the idiofocal lenses today. At first, we did not know how to interpret the results, but now believe they are working better than we had anticipated. Instead of an unfiltered stream of sensory information, what we are seeing is subconscious memory. The lenses distort in response to visual stimuli that the wearer has some knowledge of. They see what my conscious mind cannot. Josie proposed that what we are really doing is mining dreams. Dreams are, after all, a form of idiofocus, a time when subconscious comes forward and shows us truths that we might not otherwise recognize. What we are striving for is unrestricted access to dream thought. As a controlled mnemonic, the mask works pretty well. I could tell that Josie was dubious at first, but now she understands. Subconscious thought is potentially dangerous to the subject. We will need a physical object to enable the mind to compartmentalize, providing the wearer with some degree of cognitive protection. A permanent augmentation will require a much larger apparatus. We will need some other kind of focused mnemonic to help the brain control the deluge of dream information it will receive. Something large and ambiguous. The moon, perhaps. Okay. The lenses in the weird mask. Dream thought the moon. What if I wore the mask? I mean, there's the safe. What the heck is... Okay, I'm like so freaked out right now. Can I leave? This window is only open a crack. We'll open it all the way. Nice to get some fresh air in here. I just wishing it wasn't raining. Yeah, me too. Can I open this? It's the safe, but it's locked. Find the safe combination. keep thinking I'm going to see some. What in the world? I guess that was just graphics glitching. Okay, what is this? Harris Buellard, I am Woodcutter. I know your secret. James Lowry sends his regards. Woodcutter's character is my prime suspect. I bet his blackmail scheme went south, so he killed Bullard. Okay. Again, sorry if my voice is weird. Like I said, I burnt my tongue in the inside of my mouth, so it's like the bedside table's been empty. So I have a bit more of a lisp than. Well, there's something like right there. There's something like right there, but.
It might say reporter on my desk, but I spend most of my time at the Standard making coffee for my editor. I'm tired of writing the gossip column. This story is my shot at the big leagues. When I prove that Bullard was murdered, all the big papers will come calling. I'll finally escape this backwater town. This is it, the chance I've been waiting for.
Okay. That is fabulous. Someone knocked over this lamp. Yeah, there was a murder. What is that? It's a plate with a circular dial. A circular dial. The fireplace is full of logs. Is that it? No secrets. Okay. What is over? Hold on. What is all this? There are pieces of a torn up photo here. Okay. Easy peasy. It's an old photo of two men on a ship. So one of these guys is going to be, yeah, James Lowry and Harris Bullard, USS Essex, 1943. Could that be the safe combo, 1943? There's no way I can open this safe, though. I'll have to come back later. Okay. Bullard's bed. Everything's boxed up and ready to move out. Well, there might be something in those. I guess leave now? Can I save? I bet I can't. No. Does that mean I have to do everything? Okay. See, what there? What is that? Okay. There is something. Fireplace is full of logs. I know that, but there's something. Right there. What do you want? Who are you? So there's nothing. Wait, hold on. Another document on the mantle. March 26, 1958. Harris, how was your conference in Chicago? I can just imagine you prancing around the streets like Gene Kelly, swinging on lampposts and declaring yourself to be of such grand importance. Did you remember your lines? Was the audience rapt? Oh, my dear Harris, did you find a little chickadee to take back to your hotel this time? While you were gone, I had old Sam come over and change the locks. You left a few things here, which I have relocated to the curb for convenient pickup. I do admit that a few of your possessions may have ended up in the street, but in all honesty, they do not look out of place there. Do you remember the last thing you said to me, Harris? It was almost in passing as you slammed the door, but I heard it very clearly. You said you haven't got the guts. Well, I do have the guts, you rat, and I'm throwing you, your shabby things, and those last 6 wasted years of my life into the rubbish bin. Dang, honey. If I catch you around here again, I will alert the police with the sound of my shotgun. Forever yours, Cynthia. Oh, goodness gracious, Cynthia. Okay, she definitely didn't do it. I'm sorry, that's way too obvious. Threw Bullard out of their place. Divorce ensued. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like she was gearing up for a divorce. Okay, so could it maybe be the date that she wrote the letter? Doubtful. It would likely be something significant, I think. No. Okay, I'll put it back on. He's still there. What are you doing, my friend? There is nothing else here. There is nothing. I have found everything, sir. It's just, I don't know. No useful evidence here, just boxes of clothes. I go here. Can I leave? I don't know. It's like creepy in here. Okay. I guess that's it. Right? Because there's nothing in here. I guess there was a room over here. So I'll just go to that room. Okay. We're gonna... Gosh, it's so creepy. Can I open this window too? This window is painted shut. Oh. So why can I open the other window but not this window? Okay. Alright, there's a little... Something is holding the lid closed. There's a small dial mounted to the front.
Bill told me to cover Bullard's death, but he's just looking for gossip about the young assistant. But I took it seriously, did the research, followed every lead, like a real journalist would. It paid off. I found something everybody else missed. A note, a half-thought, scribbled in the margins of the coroner's draft report. It read, "Hypothermia in summer?"
Okay. Is this like a guest room? Why is this? Hold on one sec. There's something right there. Oh, there's also something right here. Hero says helicopter may win Vietnam War. Da Nang, South Vietnam. A Medal of Honor winner from Kansas said today the helicopter may win the war in South Vietnam. Marine Major Douglas Big Tom Thompson, 39, of Fortuna, won the nation's highest military award during World War II, manning a bazooka in Iwo Jima. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. I apologize. Major Thompson is attached to the Marine Helicopter Squadron operating along the coast and northern border of South Vietnam. Thompson's father lives in Wichita, Kansas. As a leatherneck, Thompson destroyed 16 Japanese strongpoints and killed 75 Japanese on Iwo Jima in 1945. He is the only Medal of Honor winner currently serving in Vietnam. The most effective weapon the Viet Cong used is terror. The big pipe-smoking Marine said the most effective one against them is the helicopter. All right, I wonder what the significance of that is. Not much of interest. Okay. Doesn't seem to be a lot in the wardrobe. Yeah, I was thinking maybe there was like a door behind it or something, but I guess not. No pathway to Narnia. Okay, what is this? What is this? What is this? Must be Josie Herrera's room. Okay, well that is this bleak room. What do we have here? Dear Diary, today is an anniversary. It was 5 years ago that I found Dad's name on an old research paper at the UFC. He had written it in 1933, 8 years before I was born. I didn't know he had gone to college. I had never really thought about his life. He was just a name on my birth certificate. Dad ran out on Mama after the war. He had gone off to fight and just never came back. When he stopped writing, Mama thought he had been killed. I remember her crying at the kitchen table. The war ended. Life went on. Mama died without ever finding out what had happened to him. I used to hate him. Hated the idea of him. Hated my mother a little bit too. I figured Dad was just a deadbeat who ditched Mama because he didn't want a kid. But when I found his name in the library, something changed. I couldn't stop thinking about him. Deadbeat dads don't study physics, do they? What is he doing now? What does he look like? Is he married to somebody else? I traced him here to Kansas, but finding him is taking longer than I expected. Came to Kansas to look for her father. Is Bullard going to turn out to be her dad? Ah, I found something. Bobby, here's your latest chapter all typed up. I think the story is becoming very interesting, and I'm sure you can get it published. I hope you don't mind, but I made a few edits and inserted a few details here and there. I am looking forward to your next chapter, Joe. The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 3. The man had been dead for hours when they found him. He was crawled halfway up Sarah Johnson's porch steps before coming to rest just outside the door, his feet dangling off the edge like spaghetti that somebody had cooked too long. Old Sarah just about keeled over when she saw him. The man was inked. Weird lines crisscrossed every inch of his skin, like Indian war paint. Even his eyelids were marked. The tattoos made him look like some African shaman out of National Geographic, except that he was white and was wearing work overalls 2 sizes too big. Jimmy, the only cop on duty at 6 in the morning, thought maybe the man had escaped from a chain gang. Jimmy was never the sharpest tool in the shed. Detective Henderson, though, he's as smart as a whip. Is that how you say that phrase? Maybe. He had photos taken of the body, all naked and everything. He put the pictures up on his wall at the little station in the middle of town and started moving them around, turning them this way and that until the tattoo edges started to line up. Took him 3 days, but he put it together just like a jigsaw puzzle, until the thick lines all connected to the thin lines and the overall shape became clear. Would you believe it? It was a map. When the coroner cut the man open, he found his insides were all twisted into the same map. And when they sawed into the man's bone, they found the map there too, etched into the marrow like rings on a tree stump. Well, that's how we first found our way to the cave. Aspiring fiction writer. Well, good for him. Helping Bobby with his writing. Well, good for him. Okay, wait, did I check? I checked both those. Is there anything else? This room is so sparse. There's a crow right there. It's not budging. That's just, I'm just getting this sense of foreboding. Okay. Alright. So just you, dear. Do I have anything that would go with this? This whole list is a small dial mounted to the front. Okay. This. It's this. Thank you, love. Okay. We've got to make it align, it looks like. No, no, no. I had it right. Ah. Oh, no. I can't turn the middle one. Okay. Wait, no, no, no. We need to do the inner one first. There we go. When it blinks like that, oh, it hurts. Hurts my eyes. Oh, it's a crane. Or no, it's a duck. It's a small wooden knob. There was something that was missing. It was in the desk. Okay, it was in the desk, whatever it was. Looks like Josie's stuff. Linens, books. Dear Diary, today Dr. Bullard and I built a chassis for his new weather device. It's weird, as usual. I don't really get why we're building it, but Dr. Bullard doesn't explain things. Tomorrow I need to go buy some bottles for the base. Today was Mama's birthday. She would have been 54. I bet she would have liked the work I'm doing now. I hope she's proud somewhere. That's so sad. I had the nightmare again last night. It's been over a year since I had it last, but it never changes. I've written about it over and over, but the writing seems to help, so I'll tell you about it again. I'm 5 years old in our apartment in Chicago. It's dark. I've gotten out of bed to get some water, but I hear something coming from Mama's room. I peek in and see a tall man standing over her. He has his hands around her neck. He's breathing hard, and in the cold night air I can see his breath. It streams out of his mouth like smoke and seems to cover her. There isn't any breath coming from Mama. She's already dead, but he continues to squeeze. When I was a kid, I thought the dream would go away, and I grew up. It hasn't. That is a terrifying dream to have. When she was 5? That is terrifying. Poor girl. Has reoccurring nightmares about her mother's death. Rats. The safe combination isn't here. I'm pretty sure I saw a drawer with a missing knob. Yeah, it's downstairs. Downstairs, though. Okay. And that's it? Okay. This place is so creepy. Oh my gosh! Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. I just saw something coming at me. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I have to go to the study. That means I have to go down that creepy stairwell. And I was just like, oh my gosh, where am I? Wait, why is it so thick with snow? Wait, what's going on? Okay, what is this? It's another crow. Wait, I'm just... What is this place? Yeah, I don't think we're in... Okay, I could go that way, or I could go that way. Well, there's something over there. I don't know what was coming up the stairs. I'll have to look when I edit. What? This looks familiar. Am I going in circles? Okay, maybe I am. So, actually I can go 3 ways. Okay. Okay. There's something like right there. This feels like the right way. So do I keep going or do I go this way? Okay. Getting closer. I can feel. Okay, so I know I want to go forward, but I feel like no. I feel like I feel like this is some sort of puzzle. What is that? What is that? I don't. Got to try another direction. Oh, okay. The heck? Why is the monkey here? What the heck is this game? What is this game? How does this help me solve a murder? Oh no, you again! You again! Who are you? You know what? I actually don't think he's supposed to be bad. I feel like every time I see him, he shows me something that I need to do. So I actually think he's not meant to hurt me, but I don't know what that other thing was. Oh, am I... Wait. I must have hit my head. The man in the raincoat was that woodcut... Oh! Was that who was down? I didn't get to see who it was. I just saw somebody coming at me. So I, like, freaked out. Leave. Yeah, okay. Well, good. Well, because I came out, and I was like, well, one of the windows isn't going to open. That's going to mean something. That's going to, at some point, I'm going to have to go out that other window, or something's going to happen with that other window. And I was just like, and I thought maybe it would be later. I don't know. Leave. Okay, this is it. Can I take this? Sex is stuck so deep in the ground that I can't get it with one. Oh, good. Oh, good. This serial killer is strong. Thank goodness. Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. I don't know. I thought they were ghosts. I don't know. Okay, I need to do something. Do I go here? I'm not leaving until I figure out what's going on. Okay, I guess go in here. I really should have spent some time out there and looked around a bit more, but Dr. Bullard, I followed your instructions to celebrate the Tempest Prognosticator. Your concern was correct. The bottles must be placed from heaviest to lightest to produce accurate results. The actual weight depends on the leech used, so I have to recalibrate every time we want to take a reading. Also note that recalibration is required if the battery in the base dies. However, the device works as intended. Once the model is aligned precisely with the moon, it may then be used to start the lunar dream apparatus safely. Josie. Buller's research is crucial to the story. I wonder if I can get this thing working. So, calibrate the device. What I want to know is, Josie and he were working on very important work. So, why, after his death, did she not come to the house and try to gather his research? Like, she didn't find the note. We did. Which means she didn't come here at any point after... Like, I don't remember how long it is after his death, right? But it's a scale. So what is this? Oh, here's another note. H. Bullard, Daily Log, June 11th, 1965. Using the moon as a trigger for the lunar dream apparatus has its problems. The moon must be full or nearly so. The night must be clear and the process must be started at a very specific time to ensure that the moon is visible from inside the chamber. Josie's been following weather reports and using lunar charts to try to predict days for ideal test conditions. But it's an error-prone process. The data we get back from the weather service just isn't precise enough. Today I hit upon the solution. We'll build our own weather device. In fact, we can base it upon an exceedingly accurate design from a century ago, the Tempest Prognosticator. I'll have to make some modifications for our purposes, of course. I'm sure that with some tuning we can build a device that responds exactly to our weather needs. Then we'll need to get some leeches. Built a strange device to track the phases of the moon. A bottle marked with the letter B. There's a leech inside. Okay. So we're coming up on the hour mark, but I don't know if this game has saved. So we're just gonna roll with it. I think this is supposed to be a short game. I hope it is. So
Marguerite Higgins is my hero. She won a Pulitzer for her reporting in Korea. I went to college because of her. She goes to war zones, marches with the troops. Nothing scares her, and she gets the story. Marguerite Higgins doesn't run from a juicy story just because her life is in danger. Neither will I.
I mean, November 15th, 1960. Dear Harris, I read in the paper today that you received a special award from the college for groundbreaking research. I am writing to wish you my sincere congratulations. I've said some things that I regret, but today I wish only to extend good wishes to you and your future endeavors. Do you know the scene in North by Northwest where Cary Grant disrupts an art auction? North by Northwest is a very good movie. He makes nonsensical bids until the police are called to haul him away. I saw it last summer at the cinema we used to drive to in Logan. It was lonely to go alone, but that scene made me smile. My life feels like that sometimes. I poke my head up and say something crazy every now and then, just on the off chance that somebody will take me away from all this. I'm no Cary Grant. I'm afraid. I would like to hear from you. Please write me back. Sincerely, Cynthia. She misses Bullard. Well, I mean, it's... Sadly, they couldn't work out his differences before he passed. Can I go out the store? Where's the store go? Oh, this goes to a kitchen. Wait, I didn't finish exploring this room. Can I finish in this room? Like, there's this whole other section over here. Oh, this is the other side. Okay. Oh, you know what? What is that noise? I don't know what that noise is, but I don't like it. I don't know what that noise is, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. National recognition for local college. Washington, D.C. The National Academy of Sciences announced its annual picks for leaders in science academia on Wednesday. Along with recipients of this prestigious award was our own Oakley College in Logan. The college won recognition for controversial research paper published by the school's small neuroscience department last year. We are very proud to have our work recognized in this way, said Dr. Graham Wellington, chair of Oakland's Brain Studies program. We are a very small program focused on areas of research that the big schools ignore. We applaud the Academy of Sciences for giving us the chance to prove ourselves. The award-winning paper, authored by Wellington and Dr. Harris Bullard, was written in 1962 but only published last year. Titled Accessing Subconscious Waves Through the Twisted Pair of Electroencephalography. Electroencephalography. You got to break it up. Electroencephalography. Not ology. I can say the words. Electroencephalography. Encephalography. Electroencephalography. There, I said it. I did it. The highly technical paper caused some controversy in the neuroscience community and was ridiculed by many experts in the field. The paper was a source of some local tumult as well. This paper was written entirely by Dr. Bullard, said one Oakley student who did not wish to give his name. Wellington just put his name on it and took all the credit. Bullard, who retired from school last year, could not be reached for comment. Claimed credit for research paper that Bullard wrote. I should be paying attention to the year. There's something over here. This is really in the middle of nowhere, even for Kansas. Just wheat as far as the eye can see. Okay. What is... H. Bullard. Daily log. August 18th, 1965. The little mail fraud enterprise Bobby and I are operating has paid off. Since the beginning, I have had suspicions about Woodcutter's true identity, but I cannot confront him without evidence. Several months ago, I started paying Bobby extra to steal outgoing correspondence from a particular individual's mailbox. We steam opened the letter, gave it a read, and then sent it on its way. It's not the most exciting trick in the book, and Bobby certainly doesn't like it, but I found it an effective method of surveillance. Today we intersected a very interesting letter. This one confirms most of my theories and has been locked away for safekeeping. When I have one or two more pieces of the puzzle, I'll nail Woodcutter to a wall. I'll have to do it quickly, though. The device, my ace in the hole, is almost finished. When it's completed, there will be no reason for Woodcutter to let me live. I'll just have to get him first. Okay, interesting. Wait, what is... There is something right outside. I know the highway's out there somewhere, but I can't see it from here. There is something What is that sound? It is driving me up the wall.
Dad took me to Wichita once before he died. We drove for 4 hours to get there, ate hamburgers, and watched a movie. Then we went home. He never explained, just told me to get in the car. I guess he knew he was going to die.
That is very sad. That is very, very sad. I'm very close to my dad. I would be very upset if something happened to him. Okay, I think we've seen everything on this corner. Wait. Work order, September 24th, 1965. Invoice number A764-3. Ordered by Cynthia Peckman. Packing labor, 20 hours times 3 workers. Rate, $1.25 an hour. Estimate total, $75. Transportation and storage, 5 hours times 3 workers. Rate, $1.25 an hour and gas. Estimate total, $22. Materials, estimate total, $18. Total, $115. Which I have no idea how much that was in 1965, but that was not cheap. Notes. Client wishes to keep large items, piano, unpacked for sale at auction. Do not pack contents of guest bedroom, 2nd floor left side. Not owned by client. Client is still looking for key to 1st floor study. Will provide by September 26. All expensive looking items are to be packed separately for immediate sale. I don't know what that noise is. I shall find the source, and I'm sure it will be terrible. Every time I see a window, I'm just like, can I open it? Can I open it? Can I open it? The hearth is covered in ash. Is there something written here? I don't know. The fireplace has been used recently in the summer. A fireplace poker. Can I use it? Wait. No. I thought maybe I could shift through the ash. Hold on. Oh. Okay, let me write that down real quick. Star, circle, square. Well, my square looks more like a rectangle, but there you go. Holy smokes. Oh dear. Why are you so sad? Okay. Let's go see what you're on about while I take this off. Portrait of Bullard feels like he's looking at me. I think he is. Okay. What? There was something over here too. Yes, this is loose. There's some loose floorboards here. What is that noise? Okay, I thought I heard somebody walking about. That is just my imagination. If I can wedge this, if I can get this poker wedge under a board, maybe I can pry it open. There's a hidden space under the floorboards. Is that it? A lockbox was hidden in this hole. Okay, here's where I need that. Okay. Star, circle, square. A key. It's an old metal key. Old key. Bill, I owe you many thanks for forwarding my request to the New York Times. I think we have an opportunity to tell one of the great science stories of the 20th century and make a considerable sum in the process. The Times is a great first step, but when we finished... The Times is a great first step, but when we are finished, I want to have headlines written about me on the front page of every paper in the country. The key to our success is Harris Bullard's brain research. He has discovered something fundamental about the operation of subconscious brainwaves, and I believe that he will soon harness this knowledge to build a device whose object is to make men superhuman. Our first task is to procure this device before Bullard can publicize it, and my plans for accomplishing that are already in motion. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it would be the Graham, because he's already stolen his research once, or tried to claim credit for his research, and he's the only one that would have an interest of the 4 suspects. He's the only one that would have an interest in Bullard's research. Like, he's the only one that would benefit. Like, what's Cynthia going to do with his research? Nothing. What's Josie going to do with it? She's the one that's helping him build the research. And it's not her primary concern is to find her father. As for Bobby, he wants to be a writer. He doesn't care about this stuff. So, it's Graham. Yeah. Duh. I mean, okay. Once the device is in my hands, I am confident that I can reproduce and improve upon his work. That, Mr. Mitchell, is where you come in. An invention of this magnitude must not be consigned to the boneyard of the academic journal. It deserves praise and recognition from the common man. We will make it the story of the year, and then we will sell the technology to those rich enough to meet our price. For now, we wait for Bullard to finish the device. Then we will make our move. I look forward to your continued cooperation in this mutually beneficial partnership. Best regards, Graham Willington. Graham Willington conspired to steal Bullard's research. Yes, he's the woodcutter. He's the woodcutter. Or the woodcutter works for him. What is this? Okay, so these are coordinates. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the safe combination. Oh, great. Wait, can I look at the coordinates again? In case you don't let me look at them later? There. So that is L20, R50, L10. All right, we're good to go. Don't worry. Let me just get back over here. There's nothing over here. Just want to make sure. Yes. So now we'll probably get chased again. Oh, there's something right here. There's something right here. Okay, I don't know. That stopped. I don't know why that stopped. The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 8. The passage continued downward, a steep slope like we were going down a hill. The smooth crystal didn't give our feet purchase, and we were trying our best not to slip. It was dark as night, but the light from our helmets reflected strangely upon the walls, making them dance blue. Once or twice I thought I saw a flicker in the glass, but it was just a trick of the light. It was cold down there, none of us wearing a jacket. It dawned on us that we had come totally unprepared. A few hours before we had been whooping and shouting, excited by the crazy angles that cut the crystal entrance out of the cave wall. That is a sentence. Very good. Sure that we'd found something that was going to make us rich. Now we walked in silence. Henderson's face wore a hard, determined look. Johnson's was all suspicion. Jimmy just looked scared, his skin pale and his eyes wide. I opened my mouth to say something to him and then shut it. Either we'd find a way out or we'd die down here. All there was to it. It was then that Johnson screamed, "He is going to be a fantastic fiction writer. I am excited for him. I must give him these pages so that he can fulfill his dreams." Alright, I'm going to guess there's, like, nothing else over here. Does that mean I have to go upstairs again? The woodcutter might be up there. Okay, let me put on the mask in here and make sure there's not something. Yes, okay, he's over here. Okay, love, let's see if we can do anything with this thing. I think it's too soon. Is it not? Don't you have to wait for there to be moonlight? Door is stuck. There are electronics inside. It looks like a battery. And there's numbers over here. Bottle marked with the letter B. There's a leech inside. Yeah, I know we saw that. Can't do anything with this, can I? Okay. Yeah, here we got some more writings on this. It's a model of the Earth. Is that the moon? Yes, it is the moon. Okay, I don't think we can yet do anything with that, so let's go in the kitchen. Maybe this will be a mistake. Where are my exits? I guess that way. Somebody was in a rush to pack this stuff. This is an old stove. So, like, I always heard that these old appliances, like, never broke. never broke. However, I do know that the old fridges, like like the inside, if you like, because kids used to play it, like there was a warning about kids playing in these old fridges, because if you went inside them, they would, like, there was no way to open them from the, like, they wouldn't open from the inside. But these appliances, like appliances made, I think before the, I want to say before the 80s, like lasted forever. Like forever. Nowadays our appliances just, the stovetop is clean, it probably works. Well, I hope it would work. The guy hasn't been dead that long. Okay. Nothing in here. I don't know why the music is suddenly so, like the score is suddenly. United States Patent Office, patent January 3rd, 1963, 310137X. Eyewear with electromagnet refracting lenses. Harris Bullard, Oakley College, Logan, Kansas. Filed November 7th, 1959. Service number 772,588. 4 claims. Claim number 73503. Well, I'm glad he patented it. Abstract of the disclosure. A pair of goggles is provided which includes a metal strip, a battery, and lenses. An assembly which, when placed over the eyes so that it rests against the head, permits the metal strip to touch the skin just above the left ear, and, crossing the forehead, to touch the skin above the right ear as well. The function of the metal strip is to detect, upon contact, electromagnetic impulses from the brain and to transmit them to the lenses. The lenses are created from a glass material. Reference Cope ending application serial number 655,234, filed April 12, 1957. That is made to alter its refraction of light based on the electromagnetic impulses received from the metal strip and amplified by the battery. This invention relates to the visualization of electromagnetic activity in the brain, and more particularly the creation of visual patterns based on the neural activity of the subconscious. Fabulous. Okay. So I had no idea I was going to be doing so much reading. I would not have picked a game like this after I burnt my tongue and mouth. Oh, coffee. A coffee can that's frozen shut. I can hear something rattling around inside. Frozen coffee can. Okay. Harris Bullard, I am woodcutter. You will complete your research and then hand it to me, or we can discuss the South Pacific in 1944. Oh dear. Okay. Bobby, here's a list of supplies this week. I know you're angry that I haven't paid in a month, but please wait a little bit longer. I have some money coming and I'll be able to pay you soon. Beans, cigarettes, tonic water, white bread, butter, eggs. Copper wire 3 feet, solder spool, vinyl tape, gasoline, butane, leeches, as many as you can get alive. Bullard owe him money. Pantry. Can I go out the back? The handle turns, but the door won't open. Something is blocking it on the other side. Why don't I just go back out and move whatever it is? There's enough here to feed a person for months. A pantry. P.D. James. P.D. James is a writer, a mystery writer. My great uncle used to have all their books. My mother read too. My mother read all their books. They're very good. I've read a couple. They're a very good author. I think they're English. But they're very good books. But the animal, I can't remember the name of the company that makes these animal crackers. I loved those animal crackers when I was little. If we had this much food, what was Bullard paying Bobby Sawyer to get? A bottle. The letter D is printed on the label. Empty bottles, 104. Why do I need these? Oh, they're probably going to go into the machine. I used the old key to unlock the door. Okay, it's a bathroom. All right. Cold winter increases risks of exposure. Kansas City, Kansas, with temperatures below 20 for most of the state, experts warn that deaths from hypothermia are on the rise. Several deaths have already been attributed to the cold this year, including 2 hikers found south of Ottawa and a man in Wichita. December is one of the deadliest months, says Charles Manning, chief medical examiner at Ottawa PD. People don't realize how cold it's gotten and go out unprepared. Profound hypothermia occurs when a person's core body temperature drops below 90 degrees Fahrenheit. However, scientists do not yet understand why the deep cold kills some people and spares others. According to Manning, men are at greater risk than women, and the cold is particularly dangerous for thin people. Identifying death by hypothermia can be a challenge, said Manning. If the victim is found in the snow with his clothes half off, then we know, but sometimes bodies aren't recovered until much later, often without a mark on them. Scientists do not understand why some victims of hypothermia remove their clothing, a phenomenon called paradoxal undressing, while others do not. Last March, the body of a 30-year-old woman who had been missing for several days was found near Topeka. After failing to identify the cause of death, the coroner chalked it up to exposure to the elements. The easiest way to stay safe is to not go out alone in the cold, especially at night, said Manning. If you must go out, make sure that other people know where you're headed and dress warmly. If you're in a car accident, stay in the car. Don't try to hoof it to the next town on your own. Okay, this is going to be important later, I can already tell. Okay. And they did say something about his body being found with signs of hypothermia, or it was ruled hypothermia. Why do I keep thinking oh, it's just blowing outside. I keep thinking there's somebody passing the. Here's another bottle. The letter A is printed on the label. Okay. This is going to be significant. What? Oh, here's the leeches. The tub is full of leeches. This is disgusting. Well, he said they needed to be alive. I guess the leeches are a recent addition. Yeah, because woodcutter or whoever wants to finish the job. The toilet is a lot newer than the house itself. Okay, I thought maybe there might be something at the top, but... What? Oh, wait, I didn't use the... What? It's a flashlight. It doesn't have any batteries. Okay. She's fine now. Towels are clean and pressed. Here.
If Woodcutter killed Bullard, he was pretty sneaky about it. No marks on the body, no sign of a struggle. Coroner ruled it was pancreatic failure. How do you kill a man without leaving a mark on him? And why return to the scene of the crime?
Well, it could be a poison. It could be something he inhaled. I already looked at that. What does this say? This week in review, Johnson City, Texas. President Johnson boned up on reports and correspondence at the LBJ Ranch today, pending arrival of cabinet officials for a wide-ranging review of defense and foreign problems. Defense Secretary Robert S. McNamara, you know what? Mickey Boy. The Deputy Defense Secretary Cyrus R. Vance were due to arrive by Jetstar at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time and will remain overnight at the ranch. Saigon, South Vietnam. The Vietnam mounted an assault on the Bien Hoa Airport in Saigon. I am so sorry for butchering these names. I can barely talk right now. On November 1st, Washington has yet to comment on the impact of the attack on U.S. operations in Vietnam. Neshoba County, Mississippi. 18 men arrested by the FBI in connection with the murder of 3 civil rights workers are still awaiting formal charges from the state. I heard about this. Is a real thing. The men alleged to be members of the Ku Klux Klan are accused of murdering James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner with the tacit cooperation of the local police. The 3 activists were visiting the area to investigate the burning of a church. Entertainment. The Supremes' Baby Love remains at the top of the charts this week, followed closely by Oh Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. At the movies, The Outrage opened this week. Paul Newman, Lawrence Harvey, and Claire Bloom star. Yeah, so everything they're talking about, I've heard of most of these things. So I think everything they're referencing, like all the historical stuff, is accurate, is like real life stuff, because I recognize a lot of this stuff. So it's nice. It sets up the time period. Oh, she don't got the freaking mask on now. I unlocked the door. Oh, this is the other side of the study. Well, how perfect. We have the key. Is there any way... Oh, one of the masks is missing. Kind of, yeah. Why is it all hazy? Is it just because it's later in the day? Okay. I keep thinking I'm going to see something in the mirror. What? Oh, it was this one. It was this one. Yeah. Not if it's not going to open it. A bottle. The letter E is printed on the label. I need one more bottle. Can I still go out this way? No, not yet. This story is my ticket out of here. Okay. I guess I have to go upstairs, and I really, really, really don't want to go upstairs. Because what if that guy is... Well, he's probably not. Everything just looks all... Ugh. I think they're waiting for me to finish the project before they attack. Whoever they are. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. That's not part of that painting. Nothing. Okay. Boy, I'm like so freaked out right now. At least I can jump out of this room. At least there's an exit. This thing. Oh, have you ever seen them? Well, there's several versions of the monkey, but I mean, I saw the recent one. It was so fun. It was it's basically a dark comedy, like a really dark comedy. It, you know, it has it's dealing with death. Like basically the entire premise of it is death is unavoidable. You cannot escape it. It can come suddenly and unexpectedly and in the most bizarre of ways. It's just a weird, freaky movie. Like just like not scary, just crazy. It's just a crazy, funny. Like we were laughing. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but we were laughing all through it. Like we were laughing. It was wild. But there were a couple other movies based off of it. But basically, it's this type of toy. Although it didn't look like this in the book. Like the monkey, the Stephen King short story. The monkey looked very differently, but ever since that short story, I cannot stand these things. They're so creepy. I've seen this. Yes, you have. Pretty sure this wasn't here the first time it came in. Somebody must have put it here. Woodcutter? Let me just do this thing again. No, nothing. They say gamers never look up, so I gotta make a mental note to look up. Okay, we're gonna go into this safe, and I'm sure stuff is gonna go down. All these mirrors freaking me out. I'm also not used to being able to see my reflection in video games. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna go, what is it, left 20? Is that how we do it? So left, is it left 20 turns or left 20, right 50? I'm trying to remember how to use I used to have to open a safe every day at work. There we go. Easy peasy. Open the safe upstairs. Martin Brothers Construction receipt for services rendered. Date June 16th, 1964. Total parts $1,134.25. Total labor $255.30. Total billed $1,389.55. Paid in full. Well, good, they got paid. Notes: installed steel siding and insulation per specification. Ran electrical for fans and evaporator underfloor to connect to main line and basement. There is a basement in this house, and I do not want to have to go in it, but I guarantee you we do. Compressor, evaporator, Freon tank, and ventilation installed and tested. Replace standard door handle with locking variety per customer request. Why lock the receipt like this away? Yeah, if somebody says, hey, we're gonna, install a door that has to be locked a specific way, I'm gonna think they're a serial killer. I'll be honest. Joe, this is the only remaining copy of our research materials. I destroyed the rest. Take this and get out of here. After I'm gone, they'll turn this house upside down looking for answers, Josie. I know about the secret room behind your wardrobe. I knew it. If you've stashed anything there, you must get rid of it. I've already cleaned out the freezer. I'm counting on you. Take the files, destroy the machine, and get out of here. Harris. A secret room. And what did Bullard have hidden in the freezer? We already grabbed what was in the freezer. Explore Josie's secret room. Oh, it's the basement freezer. I knew we couldn't get that lucky. The lunar dream apparatus altering the brain to achieve permanent idiofocus by H. Bullard and J. Herrera. Abstract. William Benjamin's Carpenter's work describing the Carpenter effect over a century ago continues to baffle psychologists today. We have struggled to understand the linkage between the conscious and the subconscious, particularly the ways in which the subconscious mind seems to wield special knowledge of which the conscious mind is unaware. Our research attempts to give the conscious mind unfiltered access to all of the information stored in the subconscious by creating an artificial bridge between the two. We have done this in a rudimentary way with a set of lenses that refract light by tracking alterations in the brainwaves, but a more robust connection requires permanent alteration of the brain. The lunar dream apparatus combines engineering, psychology, neuroscience, and a bit of physics to create just such a connection. In order to give the subject some control over their own subconscious, we have chosen the moon as the mental mnemonic. After undergoing treatment in the lunar dream apparatus, the subject's conscious and subconscious are merged whenever a full moon is visible. This paper describes the construction of the apparatus, its function, and the details of our research. The data recorded from our first test subject, co-author Josephine Herrera. Okay. This must be what Woodcutter was after, the lunar dream apparatus. And we have it, which now means we're going to die. A bottle. The letter C is printed on the label. Okay, I've got all the bottles. Nothing in there. Okay, one last look at freedom. You sure you don't want to go out there? You really should. Now that we've got everything. Here we go. I'm sure we're going to die horribly. Something's going to happen. Those stairs are so creepy. Okay. Alright. Wait. Where are you going? Stop. Come here. Yep. Josie, what were you up to? Oh, I don't have any batteries for my flashlight. No batteries. Where would I find batteries? Well, seem to be doing okay without batteries. I don't know where we would have found them. What in the world? So I lived in a house for a while where my bedroom went into a crawl space like this. And I don't know why the house was designed like that. This is nice and cozy. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm so glad I went to the bathroom before I. The music is so nice, though. What is all this? Edgar Allan Poe. Dear Diary, I was thinking about Dad today. I finally got some confirmation from the insurance company, which fills in some blanks. Here's what I know so far. Dad went to war in 1940 to the Philippines. He had some minor injury and was discharged in 1944. He was the only member of his unit to survive, the rest having died in a submarine. In 1956, his parents' home in Illinois burnt down and he turned up to collect the insurance payout. At least somebody did. He didn't have any other family, so it must have been him, but after that I can't find any trace of him. Then in 1952, the name Harris Bullard turns up in the footnotes of a research paper from Oakley College. Is this Dad? If so, what was he doing in the years after the war? Maybe he went abroad. There are also some inconsistencies. Dad studied physics, not neuroscience, and Dr. Harris Bullard of Oakley College seems to have a chemistry background. There couldn't have been two Harris Bullards at the UFC in the 1930s, could there? The scariest thing for me is that Dr. Bullard looks nothing like the one photo I have of my father. In the photo, his face looks different and he's not so tall and skinny. Of course, he would have been younger as the photo was taken before I was born, but maybe it's not Dad in the photo after all. I changed my major to neuroscience and moved out here with one purpose, to figure out if Dr. Harris Bullard of I think it's called Gove, Kansas, is the man who promised to marry Mama in 1939. Wow, he didn't even marry her? Back in the 30s? And you had a kid in the 30s? In Kansas? It's been 2 years and I'm still not sure. I don't have the guts to ask him. What if I'm wrong? What will that make me? Harris Bullard is her father, but he looks different. So either he had surgery or it's not him. It could be his partner, that Lowry guy. It's a battery. I need two. Okay. Okay, but we're not done. Dear Diary, got a letter from the Harrows today. They are good parents, even if they aren't my real parents. They sent the letter to me at Dr. Bullard's address, which means they know I'm living here. I wonder if they are worried. The whole town seems to have decided that the only reason I stay here is that I'm sleeping with him. I don't care what the small-minded bumpkins around here think, but I hope the Herreras aren't worried. Maybe soon I can tell them what I'm really up to. Also, Bobby Sawyer gave me another draft of his novel. It's really weird, but I think it's pretty good. I've been typing up his manuscripts on Dr. Bullard's typewriter. I'm fixing mistakes and making little edits as I go. When he's done, he's going to submit the typed version to Amazing Stories or Worlds of Tomorrow. I think those are actual publications, like actual magazines. I hope they publish it. I don't know if magazines will even look at work by a black author. I told him to use a pen name. That might be smart, actually. Tomorrow we run the first live test of the Lunar Dream apparatus. Dr. Bullard doesn't think it's going to work the first time. I hope it does. I volunteered to be the first test subject. Maybe after the treatment I'll be able to understand what happened to Dad. Well, and I definitely hope Bobby succeeds because I do like his writing. What is this pictures? Can we can't look at these pictures? Okay. Okay, so I'm a little, oh, we already looked at that. Is the monkey still there? No, the monkey's gone. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous. This is a long walk. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I just don't like it one bit. Okay, what do I need to do? Let me anything in here. Oh, I should have used this but I think I already so I've got the 4 bottles. What's my objective? Search the basement freezer. Calibrate the device. I guess go downstairs. Boy, it looks so ominous. I have to say, I'm very uncomfortable, and I don't like... What's with the scary music? Let me see if that monkey's moved. It's right there. Okay. I don't know where the whole peephole was, but I don't care to look. I have to say, other than not liking the fact that I can't manually save, this is a very intriguing game. Oh, I thought somebody else opened that. I was about to freak. I was like, wait, what? Okay, wait. So I guess we gotta go around, or can we go out? If I leave, nobody will ever know the truth. Okay. So we'll, I guess, go in here. I don't know how to access the basement. I still haven't found this little... One of them appears to me. I don't know where that little figure is. I don't... Got 1 battery. Why is the music so eerie? Gosh, I don't know how to get this out. Here, hold on. Let me just... Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm suddenly just so like, gosh. It's a weird looking mask. Yep. Well, I'd need to gather the leeches, wouldn't I? Do I need to fill the bottles up? Yeah, she didn't say anything about grabbing. I've got the bottles, but they still need leeches. Oh, okay. There we go. I filled each bottle with a leech. If you do that experiment, you're gonna die. Because he's gonna immediately come for you. Or she or they is immediately gonna come for you. Something is blocking it on that side. Maybe this goes to the basement. I never went out this door. Oh, absolutely not. No. I don't have a battery for that. Are you out of your mind? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, I mean, just out of your mind. Okay, do I need to put them on the scale first? I need to figure out the right order for these bottles. Okay. A, C, D, lightest, heaviest. Oh, heaviest. It said heaviest to lightest, right? A is lighter. So this will be A. This will be E. Brilliant. That did it. The bottles are all in order. Now to put them into the device. Okay. In you go. That did the trick. The moon moved into position. Lunar Dream Apparatus Calibrator. Okay, so search the basement freezer. Okay, but I heard something move. Am I gonna get chased again? Am I gonna die again? I don't want to. I mean, I didn't die the first time, but I am... Okay. So I don't know where the other... I don't know where the other battery is. Oh, did I see this one? H. Bullard, Daily Log, May 24th, 1962. Cynthia called me today. She sounded drunk. Sometimes I think she calls just to get a rise out of me. I maintained my calm this time, declined her invitation to meet, and told her in no uncertain terms that if she was looking for money, she had best look elsewhere. And now I'm going to go get drunk myself. Graham came by my office this morning. He had a strange looking envelope. It was addressed to me, but I'd been pushed under his door. It bore no return address, just the single word, woodcutter. I had to run to class and haven't had a chance to open it yet, but something about it makes me uncomfortable. I hope it's not another love letter from a student. Graham is a weasel. He's never set foot in the lab or run an experiment, but he makes it sound like he's the brains behind the whole program. Without me, he'd be a washed-up theorist with nothing to his name. Wants nothing to do with Cynthia. Thinks little of Wellington. Okay. Like... It's only September. Okay. I need to figure out where to... You know what? Just to save time, I need to figure out where that other battery is because I need to get into the basement. Oh, okay. So apparently I've missed something. Yes, I have a guide on hand. I've managed to solve most of this without having to use it. Well, actually, up to this point, I've managed to solve it all without using a guide. But you know what? Time is of the essence. We're already almost at the 2-hour mark. So I need to find a battery, but first there was something I needed to do. So you will have to forgive me. I have done it this far without a guide, but you know what? We're getting that 2-hour mark. So okay. Get over here. Get over here. Alright, so I need this. That in there. The ice on the coffee can lid melted. Okay, fabulous. What's inside? Looks like a blank sheet of paper. Is there something special about it? A blank page. Yes, we're gonna use steam from the oven, I think. Let's get over here and get this done. Okay, that's what I needed to do. It's a long shot, but maybe there's more to this page. A hidden message appeared. I can't believe that worked. Dear Josie, thank you for the lemon juice. This is my first time writing a secret message, and I hope it works. Today I brought Bullard his weekly groceries, and again he refused to pay. It's been over a month. He claims that he's broke, but I don't believe him. My family has bills to pay too, and you know he'd never send a white boy away without payment. I can't stand this. Mama listens to Dr. King on the radio nearly every week, and she says we've got to be vigilant but peaceful. But I'm tired of being peaceful. If somebody doesn't pay you for your work, I think you should take action. Next time I come around, Bullard's going to pay his tab or we're going to have some words. Maybe more than words. Don't worry about me, though. I'll come prepared. Planning to confront Bullard. Yeah, there's a lot of red herrings, but I definitely don't think it was Bobby. Okay, so now that I have that. Okay. Alright, so we need to go back because the battery was in front of me all along. It said it's going to be on this. It's either this or it's the other device. Yeah, that's it. Excellent. Okay, now we can go to the basement. Yay! I love going into basements in scary games. Oh, 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 get in there, get in there, get in there. That was close, but I'm stuck down here for now. I'd better find the light switch. Oh, turn on the lights. Boy, that just... Again, I didn't see what it is. It the thing from the painting? Or actually, no, I keep seeing Is it wearing a mask? I don't know. I keep... Golly, this is creepy. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Spring cleaning with chemistry. Spring is here, and you know what that means. Hours of household chores while the men kick back and enjoy the sunshine. But don't let spring cleaning get you down. Let Mother Nature do the work for you. That's right, ladies. I'm talking about chemistry. With careful application of just a few household chemicals, your work will be done in no time. This handy guide covers a few of the most useful concoctions you can make at home. Have mold in the bathroom? Copper sulfate mixed with calcium oxide makes a great fungicide. Tired of trying to loosen a rusty screw? Just add borax to lemon juice to remove a powerful rust remover. To create a powerful rust remover. Let me see that again. Tired of trying to loosen a rusty screw? Just add borax to lemon juice to create a powerful rust remover. Does your man complain about your tap water? You can soften it by adding sodium carbonate. Don't waste time cleaning the hard way. A simple set of common chemicals can help you get that work done faster and smarter. I think that's actually accurate cleaning tips. I'm not very domestic, but I think that is accurate. Okay, what is cleaning supplies, detergent, and bleach? Okay, we're gonna have to make something, aren't we? Clean towels. Okay. Toolbox is empty. Okay. Okay, here's another. H. Buller, Daily Log, June 12, 1964. Today I turned in my resignation at the college. I have arranged for my lab to be moved to my house and am having the icebox installed next Tuesday. I've taken steps to ensure secrecy. Woodcutter may have forced me out of the school, but now the research can continue without his knowledge. I'm lucky that the house has such an interesting history. Josie came to my office as I was packing up. She was distraught, her eyeshadow all smeared. I have never seen a student so emotionally affected. She has been a valuable assistant this year, and the research will be harder without her. It occurred to me to invite her to work with me at my home, but I hardly think she would have accepted. The young woman now holds a graduate degree in an esoteric neuroscience at the age of 23. What does she need an old man like me for? That graduate degree in neuroscience at 23 years old, that is impressive. That is very, very impressive. Good for you, Josie. A set of chemicals, none of them are labeled. Well, that's good. I like picking up chemicals that aren't labeled. Okay. There's a ton of stuff in here. So the good thing is that the woodcutter doesn't seem overly eager to murder me to death.
I haven't had a good night's sleep in 3 days. I've been giddy ever since I figured that this might be a murder case. Not even a broken arm could keep me down. But now that I'm here, the truth seems a lot more complicated. This story is my shot. Better make it count.
Whoever does the artwork for the little cutscenes, they did a really good job. Where is a light switch? Let me see if I can find a light switch. Okay, that was an unnecessary scare. What, was that me? Ah, that's better. Okay. Wow. Okay. I thought somebody was coming down the basement steps and I was going to start freaking out. One of the boards here is loose. It's a slot. Looks like something is supposed to fit here. Okay. Okay. What is all this stuff? Okay, there's a vinyl. A 78. There's nothing printed on the label. Yeah, it was a 78 and was it a 45? The 45 was the small ones. We have a record player. with a lot of vinyls. I used to know because I used to listen to it. Okay. What is all this? Identifying chemical compounds. Okay, wait. What unknown chemical. So how do I... Okay, identifying chemical compounds by their flame. In an emergency, you may need to identify a foreign substance. Many chemicals can be isolated by observing the color of the flame that they produce when burned. The chart below lists several examples. Okay, I need to write this down. Okay. Brilliant. Oh, what am I doing? I hit the wrong thing. Whoop. Up. There we go. All right. So we've got to test it. Yes. Ah. Secret panel. This crank looks like it's made to be detached. Better take it with me. Yes, I might need that. Okay. So I think this is the freezer. The freezer is locked with a padlock. Okay. Hold on. Let me grab this. September 14th, 1964. Are you enjoying yourself, Harris? Does it excite you to shun me, to treat me like garbage the way that you do, when you sit in bed with that little I'm not going to say that word. Do you smoke cigarettes and laugh about me? I know all about you, Harris. I know about the girl who's living at your house. You're old enough to be her grandfather, for goodness sakes. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm ashamed of you. The whole town is ashamed of you. You are a laughing stock, Harris, a public spectacle. Now you have that Sawyer kid running your errands for you. You don't even have the guts to show your face around town. Really, Harris, I thought you were more of a man than that. You cheat on me, bankrupt me, and deny me help in my hour of need, and still you are not content? Now you insist on tarnishing my reputation with your lecherous antics? Do you think of no one but yourself? Can you really be the man that I knew? My man in Louisville... Is it Louisville or Louisville? My man in Louisville refused my bet this year, Harris. If I can't play the races, I don't know how I will survive. Your little vendetta will be the death of me. Do you understand? When they find me lying in the street, starved and thin and dead from exposure, the blame will be squarely upon your head. Cynthia. Blames Bullard for personal bankruptcy. No, my darling, you need to get your gambling under control here, okay? He may be a jerk, but you need to take some personal responsibility there, my dear. Do I put the crank in that? It's a slot here. I bet the crank would fit it. Oh. Okay. The slot is rest. Oh, that's why I need to make these chemicals. Hot water here that seems to be in good shape. There's supposed to be... Ah! Thank you, my dear. A box of matches. Okay, so I think I can now do the thing. Beautiful! Okay, let's test these chemicals out. Okay, so this is a yellow flame. That means sodium carbonate soda ash. Does it label it for me? Yes, it does. Oh, beautiful. A deep red flame. That means this is lithium chloride. I can speak the words. A green flame. This must be copper sulfate. A blue flame. This must be copper chloride. An orange flame. This must be sodium borate, commonly known as borax. What was the newspaper clippings? It would be in here, right? Spring cleaning. Okay. Wait. Go back. You can soften it. Trying to loosen a rusty screw. Just add borax to lemon juice. Borax to lemon juice. Okay. So, which one's borax? This was borax. I added borax. Okay, now I need lemon juice. Here. I don't need these other chemicals anymore. Fabulous! Okay, get over here. Oh, hey, there's another paper. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Graham, for the last year and a half, I've been receiving threatening notes from somebody calling himself Woodcutter. He knows things about my past that I'd rather not have aired in public. After forcing me into early retirement, he now demands that I hand over all my work. Last night, I was supposed to deliver my research materials to him. Instead, I camped out nearby and watched the meeting point through my camera with the big lens. I can't say I was entirely surprised to see you show up. Some advice: next time you try to extort personal property from somebody, don't arrange a meeting under a bright street lamp. I bet the photos will turn out great. You can make up names, try to spook me in my house, and threaten me all you want, but I am not going to give you my research, Graham. If you want it, you'll have to kill me. A word of warning, I won't get easy. I once broke a man's wrist with a ball-peen hammer, and I'd rather enjoy doing it. I look forward to repeating that experiment with you. Good golly, Miss Molly. Jeez. Okay, so wait a second. Woodcutter. Actually, Graham. Yes, as I suspected. Big brain, big brain, big brain. I suspected. Refuse to give in to Wellington's demands. Search the basement freezer. Yes. Actually, yes. I was about to do the thing, but I need to go this way. I mean, it gives you options to turn it off, so you may as well. Don't want the house to explode. Could lose all kinds of evidence. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, because wait. I need this. I'm going to make a fantastic reporter. I am a fantastic reporter. Oh my goodness, no, absolutely not in the claustrophobia am I going in that. It's a good time to review my notes. Cynthia Peckman wanted money, yes. That's it. Sounds like Cynthia is deeply in debt. She inherited Bullard's entire estate. Could she have done it? Graham Wellington has a secret. He is being he is Woodcutter. That's it. Graham Wellington has been trying to steal Bullard's research for himself. He must have murdered Bullard. Bullard was being blackmailed about Cynthia's gambling, somebody named James Lowry, his relationship with his tenure. I would say it's this one. That's it. Who is James Lowry, and why did Bullard try to keep his existence a secret? There's more to this story. Okay, let's see where this passage takes me. I don't trust the happy, peppy music. Oh, what is this built over that you have this? Are there passageways down there? Yeah, exactly. What is this doing under this little house? Okay. Looks like this is the end of the line. Alrighty. What in the world is this place? This is the device Bullard was killed for. I need to figure out why it is so valuable. Investigate Bullard's machine. This must be the control panel for the pod thing. I need to turn it on somehow. Well, I don't want to touch anything until I know what it is. This must be what Bullard and Josie were working on, the Lunar Dream apparatus. And what happens when he sees me turn it on? He's going to try to kill me. So why would I do this? Why won't I just take my information to the police? Ah, a blank page. It's another blank sheet of paper. Canisters of some kind. They are connected to the pod. hacksaw. The blade is rusted and useless. Oh, I was thinking I could use it to hack the thing. I can go up there. Hold on one second. Okay. The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 19. And it was brighter and brighter and brighter than the sun, but cold, so cold, cold I could see my breath, and it was dark, and I heard her voice. It was the light, and her voice was the light in the cold, and she was talking to me, talking like my mother used to talk to me, and it was beautiful, the most beautiful voice I'd ever heard, and I wanted to go there, go be with her, and feel her skin, and see her eyes, and be her eyes, but it was cold. I could see my breath, and there was an edge to her voice, sharp like a knife. Her voice had another voice under it, and it was sharp, and I thought maybe that was her real voice, and her real voice was cold, and so hesitated. And then I could feel the warmth, and there was warmth, and it was all over me, and I could feel it, and I opened my eyes and saw the warmth, and it was blood. Jeez, buddy. Okay, this is not the same. This is not the same house. I don't know where we are. It looks like a page torn from a notebook. Mama. Respectful, always outrageous hat, simply wonderful, adores music, never angry, not forgotten, all alone. Does that spell something? Rosanna? Josephine Turner, age 10. Her mother's name was Rosanna. That is so sad. Like, that is really sad.
Graham Wellington wanted fame and glory. Josie Herrera wanted to find something precious. Cynthia Peckman wanted money. Bobby Sawyer wanted to be a writer. I wanted to get out of Kansas and start a real life. Now I just want to see my mother again.
Yeah. It's all very sad. Oh, there's something up there. Hold on, wait, there's nothing else here? There's paper up there. Hold on one second. I don't remember seeing this. Was this up there earlier? H. Buller Daily Log, September 15th, 1965. The main pod of the apparatus is complete. Today I tested each of the individual connections. We won't really know if it works until we can do a proper test with a full moon. The weather conditions required by the device are very sensitive, and anticipating them is proving harder than we predicted. I must tread carefully now. Should Woodcutter know that the apparatus is functional, I would have no chance of stopping him. We must keep the work secret. I rarely venture from the house now. The device is too valuable to leave unguarded. Graham called again today. He knows I'm up to something. He tried his best to worm some details out of me, but his attempts at subterfuge were pretty feeble. The man is an incompetent scientist, but an even more incompetent liar. Josie volunteered vigorously to be the first test subject, and I readily agreed. It's not going to work the first time anyway. Volunteered to be the test. Bullard's new invention. Okay, so we do actually have this. I don't know where it goes. Okay, now that part is done, it's calibrated. Okay, apparently I missed something. There we go. I noticed it too, but for some reason when I saw the page, I completely just forgot about it. That's fine. Doors are chained up, so we're going to use the hacksaw. Okay. Alright, I powered up and calibrated it. So now what? I think the levers are used to start the device. Okay. Okay, I have to get them to stay lit. This is a common thing in many puzzle games. Okay. Okay, so this one, this one, this one, this one. Now this one. That did it. It's on. Alright, now what? What's the same way to kill someone? upstairs. Oh, no, 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 no. I should have gone. I should have gone. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I should have gone back the way I came. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, that's what he looked like. I should have gone back the way I came. Okay. Yeah, let me continue. Oh, they changed everything. Wait, wait, how did I get here? Down here. I have to figure out how that weird voice... Oh! No, no, no! I can't. I can leave. Dang it, it's closed. Why is it closed? Well, he's totally gonna see me. I'm not hidden very well. Yeah, I'm not... What was I supposed to do? Okay. So look at how different everything is. Oh, we're in the workshop. Okay, okay. So don't get in the pod. Get in the pod. How do I get in the pod? Hide. 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 Get in there. Get in there. I don't know why it wouldn't let me back in the thing. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting this. This game is so trippy. Oh, I can't stand a black void. I can't stand that. It just goes into nothingness. Can I go into any of these rooms? Oh, no, we're just gonna keep walking. Oh. Wait. Okay. I guess you're not meant to go in any of them. We're just gonna keep walking. How long does this go? Okay. Oh, this reminds me of PT. Don't remind me of PT. Don't remind me of PT. I don't want to be reminded of PT. Wait, what? Oh, hey, here's that missing piece. Hey, gimme. Weird looking clay statue. I can tell that it's really old. Yes. So what am I doing here? Weird statue. Okay, so what am I... My head hurts. I think I lost consciousness. Okay, yeah, I'm down in that area. Okay. What am I looking for? What about here? Nothing happening. Maybe there isn't any electricity in here. Where am I now? Search the basement freezer. Find a way out. Oh, I am in the basement. No, wait, this can't be right because this wasn't here. Right? Wait, give me that. It's a large metal crank. Okay. Oh! You stay away. There's a ladder that goes nowhere. What do you need a ladder for her in here? J. Lowry, Daily Log, January 5th, 1944. Harris died today. The whole squad gone. The thing is, it should have been me. I was supposed to be on that sub. I asked Harris to switch with me this morning, right as the crew was boarding. Told him I didn't feel well. I have never liked submarines. Harris was the only person I ever really thought of as a friend. My associates in Chicago would stick a knife in my back without blinking an eye if they thought it would get them some dough. In fact, I'm sure that's what they intended to do the moment I step off the boat. Perhaps I should see Harris's passing as an opportunity. All of his things are here. His papers, his extra dog tags, the physics book he showed me, his passport is here. Everyone who knew us personally is at the bottom of the ocean. Maybe my dear friend Harris has provided me with a way out. Okay, so he did take his identity. It's an old furnace. There's still some alcohol left in here. Alright, let's not waste... This is the final step of the distillery process. So he had a distillery down here. That's lovely. Okay, hold on. Was there anything... A bunch of empty crates. This must have been a pretty profitable bootlegging operation once. Okay. Bill, I have made an incredibly fortunate discovery. About a month ago, a student came in by with an old newspaper clipping he had run across. It was dated 1932 and contained a photograph of 4 men arrested in a Chicago police bust. One of them is the spitting image of our dear Bullard. The student thought the photo quite curious, particularly because the man pictured is identified by a different name, James Lowry. I laughed it off as coincidence and sent the student on his way. That evening, however, I came consumed with the insane idea that perhaps this was not happenstance after all. Could it be that in 1932 our own Harris Bullard was arrested under a different name? With the right connections, confidential police files are as easy to access as public records. I received today a carbon of James Lowry's 30-year-old arrest report. He was suspected of laundering money for a criminal organization but was never formally charged. Sometime between his arrest and his release, his mugshot was taken. Thankfully, this photo was included in the documents I have received. It is undeniably Bullard. It seems that there is more to our mutual friend than meets the eye. Best regards, Graham Wellington. What's this? Bullard isn't who he claims to be. Bullard's identity is fake. The crank is missing. Nothing is ever easy. Didn't I find it earlier? Hold on. Okay, now let's see if I can get this thing going with one arm. Rats, there's no fuel. Okay, I have to find fuel. Looks like an old hand crank generator. Oh, stop. I didn't mean to hit that. Okay, where can we find fuel? We should probably go toward the center of the room, which I keep avoiding. Come on, buddy. Get over there. Okay. Roosevelt signs Cullen Harrison Act. Washington, D.C. Today, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Cullen Harrison Act, or Beer Bill, into law. The law gives states the authority to legalize the sale of beer and wine containing 3.2% alcohol or less. For many, the act marks the first steps toward dismantling the Volstead Act and ending prohibition. Supporters of the act argued that the prohibition has led to a rise in organized crime. A lot of small-time bootleg operations just went out of business, said the local restaurant owner, who asked that his name be withheld. It's an empty jug. Okay, I need... Yes, empty moonshine jug. I can use the alcohol for fuel. Where was that tap that I found earlier? Here. There's the tap. Okay, so I need... this. And we're going to turn... Well, I think I needed to turn this on, actually. And now I can get this full. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. This is... It burns my eyes. Yeah, it must be really strong moonshine. Okay, so how do I get it in there? I don't want to drink it, but this old moonshine burns pretty well. Did you put it in there? She did. Okay. Dang, all the lights just popped. Will the gate work? I don't know. Is this the gate? Oh my goodness. It's the only way out. I think I can open the gate if I get the power working. Okay, well, hit the darn thing. There's a body here, but pay it no mind. Yeah. That it's a body, and it's still warm. He's dead. I have to get out of here. Yes, you do. Get going. Get going. Wait, are we supposed to go back to the study? Because we've still got to get that paper out of the typewriter. I don't know how we would do it. Oh my goodness. Where are we? Okay. So wait, what do we... Yeah, I still need to get back to the basement. Okay. So what am I going to do? There's a passage under the table. It must date back to Prohibition. Okay, and that's the well. I bet it's cold. You're not gonna look at the well? Here's a piece of paper. The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 23. The room had changed while I slept. Though it was pitch black, though I couldn't see my fingers in front of my face, I knew things had moved. The doorway was gone. The room had changed. Jimmy was still where I'd left him, though all stiff now. I tore off a piece of his flannel shirt with my teeth and wrapped it fresh around my fingers. The bleeding had stopped, but I tied it tight anyway. The one time in my life being a southpaw did me any favors. When I reached out again, I snagged the corner of Jimmy's pants and felt something sticking out of his back pocket. It was a flashlight. Not his police standard issue, but a little pin light, the kind you see in the back of the Sears catalog. My fingers were shaking so bad it took me 3 tries to turn it on. Jimmy was curled up backwards in an O, his legs all tangled, arms almost touching his toes. He looked like the rubber man I saw once when Pa took me to the circus. The rubber man had bent all over, twisted his arms backwards, rolled up in a ball, and put his feet behind his head. Scared me half to death, and Pa yelled at me later for making a scene. I bet even the rubber man couldn't bend his back as far as Jimmy, though. His mouth was open a bit, and something was wrong with it. I had to peer in close with the flashlight before I figured it out. His teeth were missing. Oh my gosh. The bootleg room was hidden at the bottom of this well. Is that, I guess, where the body was dumped? It wouldn't let me examine the body. So, okay, here's what was... I knew this door went outside. I guess I can't open that one. Can I open this one? No, you can't. Oh, you can. Wait, I'm not ready to come back here yet. I'm not ready yet. But I'm gonna move this. Do I need to go in the house? Somebody blocked the door with this board. Okay, that was taken care of. Okay, let me see real quick, because we are coming up on 3 hours. Okay. So. Alright, the dead man in the underground room was Graham Wellington. It has to be, because it can't be these 3. Yeah, okay. The man in the raincoat is somebody else, but who? What is it? Is it like the ghost of James Lowry? Could that be who it is? Or is it, maybe it's, I don't know who else it could be. Truth about Harris Bullard is he's still alive. He's an imposter. He killed Wellington. He knew nothing of science. He's an imposter. That's it. Seems like Bullard's entire life is a forgery. He went to a lot of trouble to cover his past. Why? The man we know as Harris Bullard is really Bobby Sawyer, James Lowry, woodcutter, Graham Wellington. It's James Lowry. That's it. James Lowry stole Harris Bullard's identity, but then where's the real Bullard now? Wait, I thought Bullard died. Didn't Bullard die on the summary? Maybe that's Bullard. Maybe the woodcutter is the man in the raincoat is Bullard now. I mean, the original woodcutter was Graham, but maybe this new person is oh gosh, it's close enough. Just a few more riddles to solve. What was that? Okay, I guess I'm gonna go through here now. Are they all dead? They're all dead, aren't they? Thank goodness I'm done with Alicia. Yeah, they're dead. Poor guys. Yeah, I need to get that. I need to get that manuscript for Bobby, and then I need. What? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to get the. Okay, let's this taken care of. This. Okay. A small key. It looks like the kind used for a padlock. Okay. Dear Harris, I understand why you have not responded to my previous letters, why you have made every effort to avoid me, why you never wrote me during the war. I didn't want to admit it, but I'm tired of playing the fool. You found someone else. You don't love me anymore. I understand. I'm not even angry with you about it. You are a vile man. I thought you had died in the war, and yet here you are living without us in Chicago, pretending to be out when I knock on your door. I wanted to look into your eyes and ask you for the truth, but I don't need it any longer. I don't need to any longer. You can rot in that little apartment of yours for all I care. What I do not understand is how you could do this to your own child. Our child. The child you have never even met. The child I raised for the last 5 years while you were doing God knows what in the Philippines. The child who has a father and came back from the war, won't even visit, won't even call. That you no longer want me, I understand. But for what you have done to your little one, I will never forgive you. Rosanna Turner. So now wait, Lowry's the one that was doing all the shady stuff. The address is circled on the back. A blank page. What about, oh, I need to, okay, hold on. I've got so much stuff. Yeah, not, was this a favorite record of Bullard? I mean, it won't let me take it out. I'm not vibing with it. It's really stuck, and I guess I'll have to roll it back out. How do you roll it back out? Oh, now you let me. Writing about Ouija boards in 1852, William. I'm so gonna cut this song out in your version. Fear not. I don't know if it's copyright. I just know it's awful. I can't stand it. Writing about Ouija boards in 1852, William Benjamin Carpenter was the first to describe the phenomenon known as the ideomotor effect. The ideomotor effect occurs when subconscious mind takes control of the body without the conscious mind realizing it. Ideomotor action is distinct from other forms of involuntary action because responses are driven by existing knowledge and perception. The Ouija board, Carpenter suggested, is a clear manifestation. The participants unwillingly move the planchette because their subconscious mind is guiding them. Another example of this phenomenon is dowsing, the practice of using a divining rod to locate water or other materials buried underground. The dowser holds the instrument in both hands and allows it to lead him forward until it points down at the ground, seemingly by itself. For centuries, dowsing was believed to be a form of magic or witchcraft, but we now know that it can be explained by the ideomotor effect. The dowser's subconscious mind is highly sensitive and is able to recognize cues in the environment for which his conscious mind is not aware. When these cues hint at the location of water, the subconscious mind takes control of the dowser's hands and causes him to rotate the rod to the ground. Since the conscious mind is not involved in this operation, the instrument seems to move on its own, pulled as if by some magical force. In reality, it is the dowser himself who is divining. His subconscious mind is responsible both for the detection of buried materials and for the motion of the rod. My research seeks direct access to the knowledge stored in the subconscious mind, complete unfiltered linkage between the sensitive unconscious and the logical conscious. I call this state idiofocus. Okay, so is that all the I have a list here of all the documents I'm supposed to get. So let's take a look what I'm supposed to have. I collect any documents you may have missed. Okay, guys, we are back. I went ahead and picked up 2 of the documents I was missing. I still need to get a couple more. Let me show you the ones that I've grabbed so far. This one. Okay, so January 2nd, 1961. Dear Harris, Happy New Year. I suppose I'm wasting my time by writing you again, but the new year always makes me think about the past. I was very upset when you did not respond to my last letter. I was told that you refused my calls at the college. I understand that you are still angry, and for that I cannot fault you, but unlike you, I have gotten past our little meltdown. I've grown to see it as the inevitable terminus of our relationship, something that had to happen sooner or later. Like spilt milk, as they say, it's not worth crying over. But I do have a request. I will make it plain, Harris. I need money. Some of my investments went bad yet last year, and with Kennedy in the White House, soon the others will certainly fail. You may hate me now, but I cannot believe you will consign me to a life of poverty. Somewhere deep down inside you, under that mask you wear in your daily life, I know you must still feel something for me. Please say you'll help me, just this once. Put down the mask and trust your feelings. Humbly and sincerely, Cynthia. Right. So, The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 14. We rounded the corner and Johnson stopped dead, like he had been given an electric shock. I about ran into him, cursing before I heard it. From somewhere far ahead, deep in the darkness, somebody was singing, a woman's voice. It echoed off the crystal walls and then seemed everywhere at once. The song was faint. I listened hard but couldn't make out the words. The melody was odd, ghost-like, but it was definitely a person singing. Johnson turned and looked at me, but didn't say anything. We both understood. Somebody was down there. Somebody who must know the way out. We were saved. We broke into a run, and then Johnson, cradled in his arm as we tried to cross the forest of crystal, scrambled over translucent beams of amethyst, big as fallen redwoods. I slipped, hit the smooth surface hard, got up again. We followed the woman's voice deeper and deeper into the cave. Jimmy got to the plateau first. I could tell before I made the rise that something was wrong. In the middle of the mesa was a sort of hatch, something off the deck of a submarine. It was round and made of steel, and sticking out of it was a metal locking wheel. The woman's song drifted up from it like smoke. I looked back at Johnson as I grasped the handle. He was out of breath, still clutching his wrist where his hand had been, trying to keep the cloth tourniquet tight around the stump. He nodded, and I gave it a turn. Okay, so I think there's a couple more that I'm missing. We're going to go get them, and then there's a couple we won't get until a little bit later, but we are close to the end. So we're going to do what we did last time. Oh, hold on. I got to turn this all the way. What's on the page? Dear Josie, I sent the documents to Washington like you wanted. Today they sent me a telegram confirming your suspicions. James Lowry and Harris Bullard both served in the same Navy unit in the South Pacific. Lowry is listed as MIA and presumed dead. I talked on the phone with an inspector in Chicago about the woman you told me about, Rosanna Turner. He wouldn't send me the file, but I told him it was research for a book, and he gave me some details. The woman was apparently strangled by a burglar, but the weird thing is that nothing of value was stolen, just a box of old documents, by the looks of it. The case went cold in 1946 and has been sitting in the unsolved homicide files since. Josie, I don't know who these people are or what you're up to with this research all of a sudden, but this is getting scary. If you're in trouble, you give me the word, and I'll make sure Bullard never bothers you again. Bobby. Bobby is such a stand-up guy. I mean, I wouldn't want him to have to resort to violence or put himself in harm's way, but he's such he's just like a ride or die friend. He's like, nobody's going to hurt you, friend. I got you. Like, what a sweetheart. Help Josie dig into Bullard's path, Rosanna Turner. Okay, we can turn this off now. So there is one, I believe they said the dining room. Oh, there it is. I saw this earlier, but I thought it was a gap. Chapter 4, the subconscious mind. The human brain is, at some level, not unlike the pot that produces my coffee every morning. The water I pour into it has infused with the qualities of the roasted bean. The grounds themselves do not pass through the filter, but the liquid that collects into the carafe is no longer simply water. It has been permanently altered. Every part of my body is a sensitive instrument. My skin, my eyes, my muscle, my tongue. If I am a coffee pot, this stream of physiological information is the water, and my conscious mind is the coffee in the carafe. And the sieve, the filter that makes the drink palatable, is the subconscious mind. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling to read. Oh, it's so dark. This house has such a weird layout. Although I guess that would make sense that that would be the basement because the stairs would be above it. So it would make sense that they would put the sets of stairs one on top. I'm going to stop talking. I'm weirdly fascinated by layouts to buildings. And in video games, I don't like wasted spaces, even though I understand that for camera movement, it's necessary to sometimes have big spaces. Okay, hopefully there's nobody running around because I really need to get upstairs. I hate this so much. Okay, so where is it supposed to be? Alright, so it's around these boxes. There it is. I see it. Alright. H. Bullard, Daily Log, April 9th, 1964. Woodcutter sent me another note today. He knows things nobody should know. Secrets I buried 20 years ago. He knows about James Lowry. It's impossible, but somehow he knows. I can tell he's getting closer to me. His notes are mailed from the Gove post office. And last night I could swear I heard somebody moving around outside. I haven't been this scared since Chicago. I need to be patient. He's going to have to reveal himself to me at some point. If he wants my research, he'll have to wait until it's completed. I don't believe in ghosts. When I find him, I will kill him. Yeah, that was obviously I was supposed to find it before then. But we did find it. So that should be everything but one item. Let's take a look here. Yeah. We've got one musings item. Yeah. Just one more item, and I'm going to get it when we go down to the freezer. I'm following a guide on the Steam community to help me out. I'm very proud of myself for not having to use it a whole lot. I probably wouldn't use it at all if I wasn't recording, but because this video is probably going to be like almost 4 hours long, I need to save some time. Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. Here we go. This is the last place left to explore. Am I ready to move on? Yes. We should be ready to move on. We should be good.
Hypothermia. Kills in a matter of hours and leaves no mark. Bullard died in his freezer. Or was it James Lowry? Now that I've gathered all the pieces, I just need to put them together. A scientist with a past, a dead colleague, an ex-wife down on her luck, a girl with no father, and a boy with no future, a snow woman, a full moon. Now I just need to get out of here alive.
I mean, I swear to God. Oh, it's not endless. There's a. Okay, so we know it wasn't Graham. Okay, we know it's definitely not Bobby. We know it's unlikely to be the wife. I'm gonna so I don't, if I pick the wrong thing, I know it's gonna give me an ending, and I don't want to, I don't want the game to have to like start over again, because it did continue before, but that was after I had died. So I don't want to have to start this game all over again if I pick the wrong ending, because I've had to do that with games before. So I'm going to take a look at the guide, and I'm going to pick the correct answer. I think I know who it's supposed to be, because it's the person that I was like, oh, it's probably not them. But because Graham died, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, but we'll check. Okay, I was correct. Okay. Oh. What in the world is that a mask? What, is that a person? Wait, what do I? Okay, I don't think I can do anything with this, so we're gonna. Okay, I think I can go that way. I can't go that way, so we'll go this way. There's a mask. Oh, it was a mask I saw. There's that monkey again. I think this monkey is a reference to the Stephen King story, The Monkey, because every time he would clap his cymbals, somebody would die. Okay, it wasn't a person, it was one of these masks. So there's Josie. Okay, so it's showing me that it was her. Okay. It's Josie. She's injured. Okay. Oh, I can actually get her out. Okay. Oh, I achieved one of the endings. Okay. Wow. What happened? Well, she's a lot smaller than she appeared when she was... But then I always saw her from a distance. Or partially as hallucination. I thought maybe she was supernatural at first, but yeah, but it made the most sense because he wasn't her.
I barely managed to pull Josie from the house as it burned to the ground. All of Bullard's research, his equipment, and his secrets burned with it. Josie Herrera was arrested for the murders of Harris Bullard and Graham Wellington. My story of blackmail, murder, and my narrow escape from a deranged killer made headlines. In January, I start at the Chicago Tribune. I never told them about James Lowry or that Josie's last name is really Turner. Those secrets are mine alone.
Okay, so here's all the. All right, wow. Um, yes. Oh, okay. It actually does let you continue. Let's see what happens if. Can I. Hold on. Okay, let's see what happens when I don't rescue her. Okay. Okay, so it's just a mask. Like, because I was like, I don't recognize that person. Okay. I would explore the other endings too, but we're just going to do this one because I'm dog tired. But this has been fun. Okay, so we're going to ignore her. This is it, the exit. I'm saved. Okay. So she's not here. Is the sky brighter? Is that just... Or was it like that last ending? Kind of feel bad for leaving her back there. I mean, well...
I barely managed to escape as the house burned to the ground. All of Bullard's research, his equipment, and his secrets burned with it. The bodies of Josie Herrera and Graham Wellington were recovered from the debris. My story of blackmail, murder, and my narrow escape from a deranged killer made headlines. In January, I start at the Chicago Tribune. I never told them about James Lowry or that Josie's last name is really Turner. Those secrets are mine alone.
Yeah, I don't know why she didn't tell them about I don't know. Yeah, but this was good. This was a good game. I wouldn't have used the guide near the end, but the video was going to be so long, and I did know when it would save. But to give credit where it's due, let me give you the name of the person who put this guide together. It's a very good one. I just tried to just glance at it. I didn't want to sit there and spoil anything. So, but this guide is on Steam. It is by Attack of the Dave. So Attack of the Dave, thank you for your guide. It's a really good guide. I might play this on my own at some point, replay this and just see what else there is, because it's a very detailed guide. Not like I said, I just glanced at it. So I don't know if there are any other secrets. Again, I do apologize for having a lisp today. Like I said, I burnt the inside of my tongue and my mouth, or inside of my mouth and my tongue. This was a very fun game. This was a very good game. I don't remember it much at all. Like I said, I got this several years ago, and there's so much that I mean, it was practically like playing a new game, because there's so little I remembered about it. But this is on Steam. I'm sure you could get it for a song. Very good. I'll have to check out. They did other games. I'll have to check out what their other games are. But yeah, this was fun. If you liked this video, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna dig deeper into my Steam and see what else I've got. I also want to. I'm gonna also like to go to Itch.io. I found a whole bunch of games on Itch.io and downloaded them, but they're all horror games, and I'm trying to do kind of a mixture right now. But if I find anything that looks particularly interesting or preferably short, I will definitely play it. But this video is going to be long enough, so I'm going to say bonsoir, and I'll see you next time. Bye!